What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Fleetwood Trades Crypto. Guys, I'm tired. It's been a long day. This video is going to be off the cuff, but it's something I think is very, very important, and I want to get into it right away. Guys, the crypto money flow in this chart here describes it very well. Look, money flows from fiat, cash, USD, euros, whatever, fiat into Bitcoin, Bitcoin into large caps into mid caps, and mid caps into small caps. So we are into the fiat going to Bitcoin and Bitcoin to large caps. These are moving almost simultaneously. Now here, you might think, well, almost everything is going up. Yes, almost everything is going up. But there's going to be a lot of chop in the smaller caps, in the mid caps. There's going to be a lot of choppiness. So when Bitcoin has a little bit of a reversal or a little bit of a pullback, your favorite low cap might go down 20% or 30%. Or it might have gone up 130% and then drops 30% the next day as a retrace. That is normal. That is not a pump and dump as far as what people consider like a pump and dump scheme. If a small cap does that, it's thin books and higher than normal liquidity or higher than normal volume. So let's get that out of the way. We are in the fiat going to Bitcoin and getting ready to go into large caps. Large caps are moving, but they're not moving. They're not making their blow-offs yet, and they're not there yet. But part of that with tonight's video, is going to be talking about getting in early in those micro caps, those low caps, those micro caps, because that's where the biggest gains are going to be. Obviously, it's the biggest risk to reward, and the biggest risk as well. So please remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude on YouTube, but in my opinion, if you buy ETH now, let me go to my perps charts real quick so you can see. If you buy ETH now, you're buying at $3,300. You should have bought ETH a year and a half ago at $900. If you get into ETH now, before you make enough profit to feel good about being in crypto, because everybody talks about the big cryptos, you make 2x, 3x, 4x, whatever. That's easy. That's nothing. You go for the 10x. You're not going to see a 10x on ETH. But new crypto investors are going to get into ETH now, or they're going to get into ETH at 4K, and they think they're going to make a 4 or 5x on ETH, and they're going to get sold on, and they're going to be bag holders. You're going to get into Sol. Sol might get up to $800, $1,000. It might, but if you were going to buy Sol, you bought Sol at 20 bucks, or at 50 bucks, or even here at 65. Look at this, you had it from 13, you had it all the way down to $8 or hell, $7.80. Like, people who bought in anywhere in this range, they're unloading now, or they're starting to at least. They may not be unloading everything, but they're taking profits. That's why this area has been so choppy and it's so hard to get above it. It's going to keep going. Like, there's going to be more profits to be made because alt season hasn't started yet. But buying Solana now, you can make 2x, 3x, but you're not going to make a 10x off of this. XRP, I mean, you could buy that if you want to have 10 more years of pain. You could buy XRP, but I wouldn't suggest it. XRP hasn't made a new high since 2017 or 2018. That's my hate crime for the day. But yeah, what I'm looking at, I'm going to go over a handful of tokens that I really like, that are low market cap. I'm going to go from like low cap, like 50 to 30 cap, 50 to 30 million. And then sub 10 million, and I got one special coin that I just got introduced to. It was from a commenter on this video, on my last video. So I want to thank you, and I'm sorry I forgot to check in beforehand to remember your name. So I'm sorry I forgot your name, but please know I did check in. I looked at some of them, but this one really caught my attention. So the 30 million and 50 million is going to be Nexera. Nexera is sitting around 30 million. It is an RWA token, so a real world asset token. They do a lot. Check them out. Check out their website. Check out their X video or their X page. But look, they're in a range. They're in a consolidation range. They are in the accumulation bottom, and they peaked out here around in March around 28 cents. So getting in now at 4 cents or 5 cents, you've got lots of room to grow. And this is a high that's not likely to be much of a resistance at all. This could easily get to 75 cents to a dollar, in which case from here to $1 is going to be 24x. So, and $1 is not hard to see on this token. It really could easily get to $3 to $5, but let's keep it conservative and say a dollar. The one at 50 million is Shadow. Shadow token is, you know, decentralized data. They've got some big stuff coming out. Shadow Drive version 2 is going to be coming out soon. But again, another token, very similarly in the accumulation. So it's still in accumulation. And now it could pump 25-30% tomorrow and get up to, you know, 30%, puts it at 38 cents. And then 2 days later, it drops back down another 15-20% and gets back down to 31 cents. These ranges are just that, they're accumulation ranges. And the previous all-time high here is at $3.10 after, or $3.12 after the Coinbase listing, and that is not going to be its high. I can't guarantee anything. You know that no one can guarantee anything, but I have strong conviction that it's at least going to get to about 750, and that again from here is about a 25x. So there's two plays that conservatively are both 25x plays. Now we go into the smaller cap tokens. We're going to look at Gaimin, and you know, yeah, Gaimin had a 123% day 2 days ago. Retraced almost 30%, or at some point it wicked down 30%. Closed the day at 22% retrace, but again, it's still extremely low compared to just its launch date. You know, it launched and pumped up to almost 5 cents. Let's just say that conservatively, during the peak of this bull run, during the peak, it makes it to 10 cents. It doubles its launch day price. To get to 10 cents is a 118x or 119x. Insane. There's no reason why this can't do that. Now again, not all of these tokens are going to make these moves. They're not all going to do it. Some of them are going to fail. Some of them are going to putter out. Some of them are just not going to make what they're supposed to do. Gaimin could be one of those. Shadow could be one of those. Nexera could be one of those. You don't know, but you start looking and you get into these and you do the research, you do the due diligence to see what the team is like, what the technology is like, what they're building, and I like what these tokens, what these companies are building. This is why I'm talking about them. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just me talking about some of the tokens that I like and I'm invested in myself. And I don't talk about anything that I'm not invested in, because not because I'm shilling these projects, but because I put my money where my mouth is. Pikamoon, guys, you guys know how I feel about Pikamoon, and that chart is horrible because someone tried to buy Pikamoon the day before they put liquidity into Uniswap, or into Uniswap, and it got all kinds of messed up on the charts. That should be fixed, but again, you're down a lot from launch. Launch price, launch day high 0047, 0048. It's going to easily 10x that price. Pika will easily 10x that price. And the reason why this one I'm saying could 10x, and I think double for Gaimin, because Gaimin has literally double the token supply, and Gaimin launched at a significantly higher valuation. So that's why I say this one could 10x and Gaimin would 2x from the previous all-time highs. But if it 10x's and that puts it at 4.8 cents from here, you know, you're looking at 125x, and that's not hard. I personally think that Pika gets at least to 10 cents. 10 cents is where I'm starting to look to take profit on Pikamoon. That's my opinion. It may not get there, but that's where I'm looking to take profit. Another low cap is Lush AI, and you guys know I love Lush AI. I've made a couple videos. I need to make another one specifically for Lush, but guys, look at this chart. Look at what Lush did. Lush made almost or over a 5x at its peak, and it's still under 10 million market cap. It's still under 10 million. Oh, wow, excuse me. That was embarrassing. I'm sorry. It's still under $10 million market cap, and it's making a massive, massive bull flag. This price is going to rip again. It's going to get to at least a couple cents. It's going to be a massive, massive play. I got lucky that I bought in super early down here, like 3.9. So I'm like down here at this price. And, you know, at a penny, I'm up 25x. And I think it's going to go to 10 to 15 cents. But it's got a lot of potential. It's got a ton of potential. All these tokens, and this is where you start putting the money into these now, because what's going to happen to most people. Let me get the last one out of the way before I go any further. Exverse, EVXG. Someone had mentioned this to me in my last video. They have a large following, 117,000 followers, followed by Gaimin. And, you know, Gaimin's one of the projects that, you know, AI birds of a feather stick together kind of a deal. But AI powered free to play AAA first person shooter. So NFT guns, NFT stuff. I like what I saw. I like that they have, you know, a large following. They're partnered with KC Labs, which is KuCoin, Cetify Fund. No, those are two really good incubators. So it typically means that the project's going to be at least legitimate. Doesn't mean it's going to be great, but it's a legitimate project. So it kind of lowers the chance of a rug pull. And the market cap is extremely low. It's a 437k market cap, less than $1 million market cap. 437k. But look at this, 700k volume. The volume on 24-hour basis is more than the market cap, and you can see it's actually got really, really good 2% depth. $4,000 of sell pressure before it drops 2%. 3,800 before it drops 2%. MEXC has, I don't know why MEXC always has small depths. I don't know if the order books are always sitting on MEXC, but I mean the volume is there. The volume is 200k. It's higher than Gate.io, but the depth isn't there. It doesn't take much to raise the price because there's not a whole lot of sell orders. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of people selling at a 95% loss. So there's a good potential to make a lot of money on this, and it's down, you know, at almost 95%. I'm gonna take a look on the chart now. But again, it's another token that had a range, and I honestly kind of like that it felt at the bottom of this range a little bit, because I think it made a shakeout here. I think it made a shakeout where I'm hoping that within a couple of days I can get some cash into this. I'm not in this project yet, but I want to. But I just hope it doesn't make a blast off move before I can get into it. So, and this had a price of almost 30 cents, or right around 30 cents at its high. And from here, you know, a little over 1 penny. You know, there's a 25x to that, or 21x to that. And let's just say with only a 400 million total tokens, let's say this pool is something where it gets to, you know, it could potentially get to $5-10. And you know, this is one where you could get a 500x, 1000x. You know, this could be massive. It could bust. It could blow up in your face and be nothing. You could put $1,000 in this and then lose it and be down to zero. It could happen. But this is also one where you could get in on a token, on a game, with a 400k market cap. That's absolutely insane to be able to get in that early or that low of a price. And the seed investors and stuff, the incubator, the seed investors, they're not going to sell at this price. They're not selling. I mean, hell, the token launched at 4.4 cents, at least on Gate.io. I don't know what the overall initial launch was, but on Gate it was 4 cents. You mean to tell me that you're 4x? You got to go 4x from here, or almost 4x from here, to get back to launch price. People aren't selling at this price. Not big investors, not big money. That's why there's such a large dollar amount on the negative 2% depth. So guys, what happens? What happens with novice investors? We're gonna go back to this chart. Novice investors are going to get into Bitcoin now, and Bitcoin is going to go into a consolidation range. It's going to go into, it could be a reaccumulation. It could reaccumulate now and then bounce back up to 120k. But during the Bitcoin reaccumulation, BNB, Solana, Ethereum, they're gonna go freaking nuts. They're gonna make their moves, and people are gonna get out of Bitcoin, and they're gonna sell. They might be at a loss, they might be at a small gain, but they're not gonna be much of a difference. You know, they're gonna get out of a consolidation, and they're gonna buy one of these tokens. And when they buy this, because they've been chasing green candles, the people who made those green candles are already going to be selling on them, getting into the mid caps and low caps. So my thought process is let's skip all these steps. You know, these are your Bitcoin 5x. At this point, you know, we don't know. We might be near all-time high. We might be near the new all-time high. It might get up to 150K. I think it's going to get 100K. It might get 150. But there's not as much room to grow. There's not as much room to grow here. I'm jumping straight into the potential 100x's with a couple different positions spread out, and I'm looking to make big gains. And I don't care that I'm early and I'm in this range where it's up and down. I don't care, because when it does go, it's going to go massive. So that's it for today, guys. That's the video. Please understand the flow of money in crypto. Is the most important thing you can understand. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, until next time, peace.